We're gonna do this watercolor painting again. In this life lessons, I'm gonna divide it into two parts. The first part is the drawing. The second part is the watercolor painting. I'm gonna do the drawing first. So first, let's see. I'm gonna draw that. So say I'm gonna move the rock at the bottom over here, right here, like in the middle over here now. And there's another highlight the rock on the top. I'm thinking about whether or not I want to move it a little bit higher, a little bit lower. But let's see. Let's put it down the way it is, and then we're gonna decide. Okay. And which is the main object was the goat. And I'm gonna roughly, I think I'm gonna move it a little bit more to the center, right here. Like that. And then let's look at the outside shape. And I'm gonna move the head a little bit higher, like this. Look like a rectangle. Doesn't matter that you are drawing a person or drawing a still life or drawing an animal or a landscape. Work it out the composition that you want before you move too deep into the process. Let me put the ear here first to see whether or not it would change the feeling. Okay, like this. Still just a little bit simple shape. Keep it simple so that you would be able to feel free to modify it again and again. Let's see, I think it may be good enough. I don't want to expand it too much to the top. Do a little measurement for the body between the width and the height. I think it probably like a 1:2. I'm going to do a little measurement on my screen. So I got it. If you use 1:1 ratio, it seems easier because you just copy whatever that size of that line and put it on the paper. In that case, it's 1:1. Like say your photograph about this big, but your painting and drawing about this big, that you're gonna get into trouble because it's not 1:1, and it's probably not 1:2 or not even 1:3. Even 1:3, there's issues. Every time you have to do multiplication. So if you use the ratio, it would be easier. The ratio would be, let's take a look over here. This is the whole size for the height for this rectangle. This one, I'm going to take this to 2. And looks like a 2 and 1/3. 1/3 of this. Like a 2 and 1/3. And that will be the width, will be take 1/3. Right? Does that make sense? This is the whole thing for the height. This is 1 and 1/3 of the whole of the 2 and 1/3 that become the height. So I'm gonna go with this. So now this is not exactly 1:1, so it doesn't really matter if you go with the ratio. This is the height, and I'm gonna divide it into, right? Okay, close to. So you see now, draw a little bit darker. Now this takes like this one, another one. I need to expand it a little more, like this. Okay, now is one and another one, and then only 1/3 on the top. So if we do this, divide this into 2 and 1/3. Now what the width would be is 1 and 1/3. Take this part, and I'm going to rotate it. Obviously, on my drawing, it's a little bit too wide. It's a very good idea to confirm it. So I'm going to say the right side, and there will be the left side. Because I divide the height of from the back to the feet into 1, 2, and 1/3. And then the width, it would be take just the 1 and 1/3. So this is the width. Okay, right here. So now I confirm the width to the height. Now I'm looking at this line and going down and coming down over here. That's the leg, right? So I'm gonna come up here and do a little curve, a little straight line like this, and come up here and come up, and that's supposed to be the line for the neck. Okay, now I'm going to come to this side. This is the right side, and the line going in a little bit toward the left side of my paper, and now coming down over here and then finish the leg. Now this might take a little bit time to get it correct. Let's take a look at how big is the head. So what I want to do now, I'm going to go to my screen. I'm going to take a look at, oh, interesting. It's just take one of the whole 2 1/3. Okay, it just measure it. It's interesting. I take this one and I'm going to rotate it like this. So if the top is supposed to be right here and the bottom is right here, so a little bit smaller than what I thought. And maybe lower this a little bit. And what I see here, you can see the angular measurement. So this is the mouth, and this is the top of the head. If you think that, oh, it kind of like doing the measurement, it ruins the fun of the drawing paintings. And if you think that way, it makes sense. But also, if your goal is to satisfy yourself to create a better final painting. And let's take a look. If the right side, and that's almost like a half down right here, and that is the top of the nose, and then move a little out, and here we go. Now we get it. Now we get the face of the goat. That's good. I'm going to redraw the ear. You have some liberty to change the angle of some part. Okay, let's see the ear over here. I can from here straight going toward this angle like this, and you can find the ear, the tip of the ear right here. So this is angular measurement. Now here we go. Now coming down over here, and look at the ear a little bit small, but okay, maybe out a little bit. And coming over here, and that's good. Now as I got this side of the ear and got that ear, that's good. Okay, now what I want to do, I'm going to fine tune a little bit. That's just the mouth. That's the nose. The nose looks like a triangle. A little bit like this. I don't need to fill in the shape because we're gonna paint. Now the eye is about a little bit higher than, I think the tip is a half off from here to here. Just the half is right here. So the tip, the inside tip, so we can put the eye into this location. Now we see the tummy is a little bit, I think start from here, it's almost half higher than half. So if you focus on that, you'll be able to find it, anything. Now over here, that's just the tummy. Now under the belly, that's good, maybe a little bit higher. And this is the front. Okay, now this is good. And I'm going to see half from here to here, and a little bit more than half, and that is the leg. Okay, that's good. And now take a look at the bottom. Now this looks like this one, and then the space almost the same as the size of that. Take a look at that's at this point is almost the middle from here to there. So always start from big and gradually going to smaller and smaller and smaller, and everything would be under control. Okay, it's good. When we're thinking about, oh, we're just going to have fun, why we get into so much of trouble of measuring and so on. Measuring proportion is part of the, if it's not in the correct proportion, we cannot represent the objects in the proper way. So if you're feeling that is kind of bothering you, try to learn it quick. And if you really don't want to bother that, that's just fine too. It's just some of the things that you try to get away from it, and it would not be the same. Okay, let's see. Coming to this side, to this lip, like that. One, and now leave the space over here. Good. I just gradually finish drawing this foreleg in the right location. I think it looks pretty good. It may be able to make it even better. Okay, here a little bit higher in this point. I can use the kneaded eraser, just take out that little confusion. That's just good. After the drawing, we're gonna have lots of fun. And sometimes we just have to deal with the preparation. And after the preparation, everything will look great. Okay, let's see. And that shape over here, give a little bit shape. Here we go. A little bit over here. And by the way, the paper I'm using is Arches watercolor paper. It's cold press, 140 pound. And I know it's a little bit harder to take out color, but I'm going to take this challenge. Now this is good. I just got the main object over here. Now, okay, I quickly come in to give a little indication of the rock in the background. Okay, good. A little bit like that. You can change it somehow to make it suit you better. Okay, let's see. Have the rock over here coming through. And as last time I said, we may not want to leave it all the way to the edge. We're gonna end it right here. Right, like this. Okay, coming up like this. Coming up here. And like the top of this rock, we're gonna keep that white, I think. I may change my mind. Okay, over here, keep a little bit light, or maybe not. So I'm gonna see. Next, we're gonna start the watercolor painting. I hope you learned something from this lesson. If you like this kind of lesson and like the way I teach, please join us to our Enjoying Art Artist community. If you enjoyed these lessons, please give me a thumbs up and share with your friends. If this is your first time here, please subscribe and turn on notification. I will see you in my next lesson.